I'm 29, and for the past 3 years, I was in a relationship with a man I genuinely believed I'd spend my life with. He's 31, and while we hadn't officially moved in together, I was at his place almost every night, 4 or 5 times a week, sometimes more. Over time, his apartment had started to feel like home. We were making plans, serious ones, the kind where you talk about merging lives, not just clothes in a shared closet. I was supposed to move in completely within the next couple of weeks. Everything felt like it was finally falling into place. Or so I thought. But last night, everything unraveled with terrifying speed. I had fallen asleep at his place, like so many nights before. Around 2 a.m., a message lit up my phone. I didn't hear it. I was fast asleep, but he was still awake. Curious, he picked it up. The message was from a coworker, a guy I work with. And even though most of the messages between us had already been deleted, a few still lingered. It was enough to spark suspicion. He woke me up, phone in hand, and quietly asked, "What's this?" I was half asleep, disoriented, confused. I brushed it off, told him it was nothing, just a harmless message from work. But he didn't let it go. He kept pressing, pushing for answers. And I kept denying, minimizing, hoping it would just pass and we could talk later when everything was calmer. But he wasn't interested in waiting. He got up, told me to gather my things and leave. I begged him to let me stay the night, just to sleep, just to talk in the morning. I had work in a few hours. I was exhausted. I didn't want to fight. But he refused. Cold and calm. He watched as I packed up what I could carry, still in the clothes I had worn the day before. No time to change, no goodbye kiss, no moment to explain. Just a door, closing behind me at 3 a.m. I didn't go to work that day. I couldn't. I called in sick and spent the whole day back at my place, stunned, broken, trying to understand how everything that felt so permanent could vanish so suddenly. It felt unfair, unbelievable. A whole life ripped apart over what I had convinced myself were meaningless messages. And I told myself he was overreacting. That once he cooled down, we'd talk. That love like ours didn't just disappear. I planned to reach out, maybe even stop by, just to have a real conversation, like we always did. But the truth I haven't told anyone, not even myself until recently, is that 2 months ago, I crossed a line. It started with late-night talks with a coworker. Separate teams, same floor. It felt innocent at first. But one night after a group outing, we ended up at his place. We slept together. Then again, later that week, in my car after working late. Just twice. And then it stopped. I made sure it wouldn't come back to haunt me. I deleted the messages. I kept it quiet. I told myself it was done, that it didn't mean anything. But then he texted me out of nowhere, just a simple "you up?" And my boyfriend saw it, opened it. And everything I'd worked so hard to hide started to unravel. When he confronted me, I lied. I panicked. I said it was nothing, made him feel like he was imagining things, like he was crazy. I denied and denied, thinking that if I could just buy some time, just get to the next morning, I'd be able to fix it. But there was no morning. He didn't fight me. He didn't scream. He just told me to leave. And I did, humiliated, ashamed, barely holding myself together. Later that day, I texted him. A single message, an apology, a plea to talk. He read it, never replied. For over 24 hours, there was silence. A thick, heavy, suffocating silence. I didn't know if that meant we were truly over or if he was just hurting. I kept hoping there was still a sliver of space for repair, a crack in the door I could wedge my way through. I blocked the coworker. I told him it was a mistake, that I didn't want him in my life. But still, seeing him at the office every day, pretending nothing happened, it's unbearable. I'm even thinking about quitting. I don't want to be near him. I don't want my boyfriend, if he even is that anymore, to think I'm keeping that door open. I've been trying to piece myself together, trying to find a way to fix what I shattered. We were getting serious. There were moments, tiny, delicate, sacred moments, when I could feel him imagining a future with me. The way he'd look at me, the way he'd joke about proposals, the soft, "someday," he'd whisper while glancing at my hand. Maybe he already had the ring. Maybe he had plans. Maybe someone else knew what the summer was supposed to be. And now I'll never know. And then this morning, he sent me a final message. No greeting. No build-up. Just screenshots. A quiet sentence. Am I imagining things? That was it. By the time I opened it, he had already blocked me. The door wasn't just shut. It was bolted from the other side. Turns out, he spoke to the guy from work. Somehow they connected. And that guy, he didn't hold back. He told him everything. Every detail. Dates. Places. He said I initiated it. That I called my relationship draining. That I was just biding time, waiting for things to feel more even. That I wasn't serious about moving in. That I wanted a ring to feel in control. He even said I mocked my boyfriend's commitment, called him emotionally invested, easy to manipulate, and maybe in some twisted, self-protective, emotionally detached moment, I did say some of those things. Not because I meant them, but because I was trying to escape the weight of something I didn't fully understand. I lied to myself as much as I lied to them. But now, I'll never get the chance to explain, never get to show him the truth, that I did love him, that I was building a future, that I messed up, yes, deeply and unforgivably, but not because he didn't matter. Quite the opposite. I thought we'd talk. I thought we'd survive it, even if it meant weeks or months of pain. But this time, there's no conversation, just silence, and the echo of what we were supposed to be. People talk about a unique kind of grief, the one where the future you pictured evaporates. They're right. It's a heartbreak unlike any other. It's not just losing a person. It's losing your imagined tomorrows, your midnight laughter, your shared bed, your whispered promises. Gone. And yes, I made terrible choices. I lied. I betrayed someone who trusted me completely. Maybe I deserve to be thrown out at 3 a.m. with no time to change, no room for goodbye. But knowing I earned that moment doesn't make it hurt less. Now all that's left is me, alone, quiet, trying to breathe through the ache, try to pick up the pieces, trying, slowly, painfully, to learn how to show up for myself, because that's all I have left,